Yeah, so for anybody tuning in,
welcome. Today is February 17th.
17. It's my girlfriend's birthday.
Andres' girlfriend's birthday. Happy birthday.
It's her Taylor Swift year. Oh my gosh.
22. We love it. All right, and this will be our second episode on YouTube. But we got Sean here.
Sommy.
My name's Andres.
And we are the Sport Geeks. We are missing a geek today. Taylor is back in his hometown. Well, not home, right? Hometown?
San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
I don't know where I left my hat.
He's there visiting, so I'm not sure if Otter Media is live on TuneIn right now. Not sure what that's about, but it's all right. We got Instagram, we got it all. So, let's talk about the Astros. What do you guys think?
Starting off hot.
Somi, you hear about the Astros?
I did not hear about the Astros, but that was a good pun on just, I don't know if anybody caught that, never mind.
What pun?
Starting off
Said
hot.
they're coming in hot and they're Astros.
Funny. Funny guy. So, there is the timeline. This is all stuff that's happened in the past week. So, I'll fill you guys in with the bare minimum leading up to these notes. Astros, the commissioner did a report on them cheating. They were banging on trash cans to give signs to the hitters so they knew what was coming. They won the 2017 World Series. They did it that year. Report also said they did it in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. No suspensions for the players, nothing. Just the organization got fined $5 million. They fired their head coach. They fired their general manager, and they lose their next 2 draft picks. A lot of people thought it was a very harsh punishment. World Series was not stripped. People want that. Other reports came out saying that they used electronic buzzers on them in the 2019 season to get the sign. Instead of the banging trash can, which is so obvious, which everyone can hear, they used buzzers on them. Big controversial moment is the American League Championship Series. Jose Altuve hit a home run off Aroldis Chapman to send the Astros to the World Series. He's rounding third base. He's about to celebrate, and he's telling his teammates to not take off his jersey. That's all he's focused on after hitting the biggest home run of his life.
He ran straight to the dugout, right?
He doesn't want his teammates to take off his jersey. He's like, hit the home run. He's going around the bases. He's coming home to celebrate, and he's like, don't take off my jersey. So they don't take it off. Everyone's like, that's suspicious. Is there a buzzer under there? Right after the celebration, he doesn't celebrate with his teammate. He sprints straight to the dugout. He puts an undershirt on, and then he comes back out for an interview. So that's where we are here. A lot of people are mad. So players are starting to report for spring training now. Mm-hmm. They're coming. Season's about to start for MLB. Yankees catcher, who was catching when Altuve hit the home run, when he was asked about it and how Altuve didn't want his shirt to get taken off, Gary Sanchez said, quote, he would let his teammates take off his pants if he won that game. Pretty much saying, I don't care what you do to me. I'm trying to celebrate. Yeah. I don't know why you're worried about getting your shirt taken off.
And then, I'm pretty sure you had this written down. Jose Altuve said it was about some tattoo that he didn't want everybody to see.
Yeah, so we'll get to that.
The whole thing.
It's another layer to this. There's a bunch of layers to this one. So, the Astros issued a group apology because they were getting asked about it at their fan fest a few weeks ago, and they said, "Oh, the commissioner made his report. That's all we'll say at this time." And it's like, can you say sorry at least? Like, you got caught, dude. So they do a group apology. The owner, Jim Crane, said that the team deserved the title and that the cheating had no impact on the game, and they would have beaten the same teams anyways. A minute later, a reporter asked him about his comment saying it didn't affect. He's like saying, so you're saying this didn't affect the game at all? And then less than a minute after giving his answer, the owner said, I never said it had no effect on the game. So there's already some shady stuff going on. The players issued a very scripted apology, didn't sound sincere, and they said that their punishment enough is the media and the other players' backlash they're getting. They're like, that's good enough punishment, which I don't think is very fair. So after this press conference, many current MLB players were very outspoken, and here are some quotes from players talking about the situation. The 2016 MVP, Chris Bryant, said, if they didn't get caught, they'd still be doing it. They're only doing this apology because they got caught. There's a lot of feelings on it. I know everybody around the league is really upset, and rightfully so, because it's a disgrace to the game.
Been doing it for 3 years, so yeah.
Yeah,
That's 100%
exactly.
True.
Steven Strasburg, Nationals pitcher, just won a World Series against them. He was the MVP. He said, "Someday I'm going to hopefully have some grandkids and sit down and talk to them about the experience of a World Series and not really feel ashamed of it at all." That was one of my favorites. Just the backhandedness.
You're a Nationals fan, but
Whit Merrifield, Royal Star, said, "I have no interest in hearing about them. I have no respect for those guys anymore. I know what the MLB's report came out and said, but that doesn't mean they weren't doing it last year or 2018. As a baseball player, we're a fraternity. We know people throughout the league. We talk. We know they've been doing it for years. The ripple effect of what they were doing is tremendous. It cost people jobs. It cost people opportunities in this game. It cost people millions of dollars, and it cost people a chance at experiencing world championships. It's disgusting what they did. It discredits that everything those players have ever done, in my opinion. A lot of people have that opinion as well. It definitely did because they did not feel like they could do it by going out and playing the game. It did affect the game. They felt like they had to get an advantage to win the championship. So if they don't think they could have won it, why should we think they could have won it without it? It's just next level conniving to go out that way. Just talking to guys, it's like, man, if I could have known what pitches were coming just like 20% of the time, it's crazy to think what our numbers could have been. I cannot believe the levels this went." So he was very passionate about it there. A lot of quotes from Whit. Yu Darvish, Dodgers pitcher, who got very criticized for his poor performance with the Dodgers 2017 World Series.
especially in his away game in Houston.
Yes, he got rocked, and everyone was making
Yep.
fun of him. All this stuff. He every time he pitched in the World Series, he did horrible, and he felt so bad. They were
He's a
cheating
really
against
good
him.
pitcher.
You
Yep.
said robbed or rocked?
Well,
Rocked.
Oh, what do you mean by?
Well, it's like a baseball term. It means that they just kept hitting the ball off you, and you just could not get it out. So he had a few bad outings, and he says they should be stripped of the title.
yeah. I mean, he's kind of a little butthurt, but
So here are the two biggest ones. Perennial MVP Mike Trout, the best player in baseball, one of the best in history, said, "They cheated. I don't agree with the punishment. I lost respect for some of those guys. Going up to the plate knowing what's coming, that would be a lot of fun." When the best player in baseball, who literally nobody knows about because he's so well-mannered and soft-spoken and doesn't say anything, when he's out there roasting you, you know something should have been done.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. And here is where the story continues. One last quote from last year's MVP, Cody Bellinger, on the Dodgers. He said, "Those guys were cheating for 3 years. I think what people don't realize is that Altuve stole an MVP from Aaron Judge in 2017. Everyone knows they stole that ring from us, but it's over. 100% they cheated last year as well. I don't know why they would stop. I don't know what human hits a walk-off home run against Aroldis Chapman to send your team to the World Series and has the thought to not tell his teammates not to take his shirt off. Sorry. Has the thought to say, 'Don't rip my jersey off.' But 2, go into the tunnel and change your shirt and then come out and do your interview. That makes no sense to me. I lost respect for those guys. I would say everyone in the big leagues has lost respect for those guys." Yep. So, the next day, the reporter who broke the story, Ken Rosenthal, interviewed a player on the team, Carlos Correa. The day before, Correa was the only Astro who seemed very sincere in his apologies, talking to the media. He owned up to it. Well, he did a complete 180 the next day with these comments. He said, "The problem I have is when players go out there and they don't know the facts. They're not informed about the situation, and they go out there on camera and they just talk. When Bellinger talks about that we cheated for 3 years, he doesn't know how to read, or he's really bad at reading comprehension, or just not informed at all. The commissioner's report clearly says all these activities were conducted in 2017, 2018. Nothing happened in 2019. It was just talented players playing a game of baseball with a passion of winning ball games. When you analyze the games, we won fair and square. We earned that championship, and Cody did not play too well. Cody, you do not know the facts." In regards to Altuve wearing a buzzer and not taking his jersey off, he said that Altuve had a bad, unfinished tattoo that he did not want to be shown. He also said about Altuve, he has always played the game clean. He earned that MVP. He hit that home run fair and square. So what do you think about these Correa comments?
Well, the home run, just to clarify, the home run that he hit off of Aroldis Chapman, that was 2019.
That was
so
this
that one
most
had nothing
recent
to do with his MVP award.
No, but
Um,
they're trying to say they didn't cheat last year.
But Carlos Correa is trying to say, like, there's no way Jose Altuve stripped it from Aaron Judge. I mean, I kind of get that, you know? Like,
He's saying
it's
Altuve
a
didn't do the
season.
banging at all. There is an Astros fan who came out and looked at every single home game from 2017 and heard the banging. Mm-hmm. He has some data. Altuve was near the bottom of the list, but he did have the trash can banging going on for some at-bats.
Yeah.
So saying that he didn't do it at all is a lie.
Yeah.
It can be proven.
You have to understand that, like, they're not doing that trash banging every game like that. That's mostly at home.
But it was proven in the report that they did it at away games.
They cheated multiple times, though.
Yes, they did it almost every home game near the end of the season, and it was proven they did it in the playoffs. They won the World Series. So
you cheated out of Aaron Judge and MVP.
What
that's kind of
what I have a problem with is he's telling Cody Bellinger to get the facts. You're the only one who can tell us the facts, Carlos and the Astros.
Yeah.
And you guys are just giving these.
He's
giving these half-hearted.
Carlos Correa is basically saying, like, dude, you don't know anything. Like, okay, nobody knows anything.
You're the only one who can tell us something.
Nobody knows anything. So
and
stop. Like, don't complain and say nobody knows if literally nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, you
You're
ask
saying,
those players.
and that's it.
The players are the only ones who can tell us what happened, and they won't. That's why we're saying this. How about you come out and say more then if you don't want people saying this stuff?
And then, like, the whole interview, like, you just, like, his answers and listen to it. Like, I didn't even listen to the whole thing because I was like, this is just bullshit. Like, Carlos Correa just talking out of his behind, bringing up, like, some random stuff that's just digging him in a deeper hole. You know?
Yeah, it's bad.
Trying to say, like, guys, like, okay, you guys can't, just don't come at my boy like that, but, like, your boy messed up. Like, I get it. Like, I would fight for my team even if they're wrong. But still,
it's
like,
to a point where you kind of got to understand. I see what you're saying. Like, some players have come out who were on the team and not anymore, and they said they regret not saying anything. Some of them were young at the time, like rookies, and they weren't going to go up to these veterans and say, don't do it. I understand that. What I have a problem with is these players like Correa, Bregman, Altuve, who were very cocky and showboating after all these hits that they cheated to get. All these home runs where they're like staring at the camera and like flexing on everyone and bat flipping and like saying, oh, we're so better than you.
Yeah, like one of your buddies said, you know, it'd be fun to know what pitch is coming. You know?
Mike Trout said that. Best player in baseball. If he knew what
somebody said one of your buddies.
Yeah, he's my buddy. I'm near Anaheim a lot. He's one of my pals.
Like if Mike Trout's the greatest player of all time. Sean's buddy. That's funny though.
Yeah. So a lot of the players were mad. MLB came out and a lot of people were saying we're gonna hit these guys like with pitches. MLB,
dude, they're gonna get dosed.
MLB came out and said we will harshly punish anyone for hitting an Astro player. And former MLB player Will Millibrook said, "Okay, let me get this straight. MLB will punish the players who throw at the Astros more than they ever got punished." Got it. So if someone hits an Astro player and gets suspended, they will have served more suspensions than any Astro player combined.
Facts.
That's
what sense does that make? So the commissioner, Rob Manfred, who passed down these punishments, he came out and had a press conference the next day. He was all lighthearted and laughing beforehand. He says he didn't strip the Astros of the title because, quote, the idea of asking for a piece of metal back seems like a futile idea. The commissioner of baseball called the championship a piece of metal. That championship, you want to know what it's called? The commissioner's trophy. What? The commissioner doesn't even care.
Is the commissioner trying to be like Doc from Cars when he just called the Piston Cup an empty cup? Is that what he's trying to do?
Dude,
is that what he's trying to do?
That's a great tie-in, Andres.
Is that what he's trying to do?
That is what he's trying to do.
He's literally just crapping on himself.
That's horrible.
He's basically saying, like, I'm the commissioner, but it doesn't matter.
It's bad. So.
What? That doesn't make any logical sense.
So then he said, I take issue with the notion that anybody in Houston organization has escaped without punishment.
Like how he reads it with a little, like, accent.
Oh, yeah, he sucks. So then, here's what he said about the buzzers. He said, MLB was aware of the buzzers before the investigation. This is the part that makes me the most mad. He says he felt the players were honest when being interviewed about 2017 and 2018. They were promised they wouldn't be punished if they gave truthful answers. They were honest about 2017, 2018. And he said, it's hard to figure out why they would lie about using buzzers in 2019, and he took their word for it. He said he is not 100% sure there were no buzzers. The only reason he didn't investigate 2019 buzzers more is because the Astros players were truthful about the years with evidence that was irrefutable. You could hear the trash can banging. They were honest about that. They were only honest when they got caught about it, obviously. Oh, but the buzzer, something that would be so much harder to hide, they said they didn't do it, and that was good enough for him. What? That makes no sense. So after this press conference, Dodgers player who lost the World Series in 2017, Justin Turner, said in regards to Manfred, for him to devalue the World Series championship title the way he did yesterday tells me about how in touch he is with the players in this game. At this point, the only thing devaluing that trophy is that it says commissioner on it. Do you realize how dangerous it is for a pitcher to be pitching when the hitter knows everything that's coming? There's a reason that when we go on the field and take batting practice, there's a screen in front of our pitchers because the hitters know what's coming. You want to talk about danger? That's dangerous. And I agree with him.
It's 100% true.
So, one more thing just came out as I was saying this, a tweet from Ken Rosenthal, the man who broke the story. Rob Manfred, the commissioner, said that he would have successfully disciplined the Astros. Just kidding, hold on. Probably gonna...
It's funny because I'm hearing all this and all about the punishment. I'm thinking about Fortnite. If you get caught cheating in Fortnite, they literally ban your account. You can't make an account. And if they figure out you made another account, they ban that account too. It's funny. Fortnite, a video game for children, has a larger punishment than a professional sport.
It's bad.
Like that's hilarious.
It's a bad look.
That's hilarious. And like you said, the funniest part I think is saying like if you do anything to the Astros because of it, like if you do anything to the Astros because of it, like you're gonna get punished.
I mean, just like everything else, MLB is a business, and so those teams, in a way, are definitely assets, So if the Astros are away for a certain amount of time, then I'm pretty sure that there's some damage to MLB. In the
that's what a lot of people are saying, Sommy.
Facts.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
But just to fine them money, like that's like $5 million for cheating. Like they got more money for winning the World Series. Than
They got someone did the
fined.
math. They got, I think it was 45 million extra for winning the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Extra?
Yeah, just like from revenue and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm thinking per player. Per player?
Oh no! Just
Oh.
the organization got fined $5 million.
Yeah,
Do you want to know how much?
$5 million per player. That's.
Do you want to know how much?
But that seems a little more fair.
Let me give you a comparison. Alex Gordon on the Kansas City Royals.
$1 billion organization. Got fined.
Really?
Alex Gordon on the Kansas City Royals. He was a cornerstone to their World Series team in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Alex Gordon on the Kansas City Royals. Yeah, I don't blame you for saying who. I'm going to make a good point here.
I know who Alex Gordon
Yeah.
is. I didn't know he was on the Astros in 2017.
No. Royals.
Yeah, he's on the Royals.
He's on the Royals. So,
Yeah, he's their outfielder.
last year in 2019, he batted .266. He got a hit 26% of the time. Not good for a major league player.
That's average or slightly
Not,
below.
it's not good for somebody who performed like he used to. He has been declining every year. Not a very good hitter at all. He came back to the Royals this year on a $4 million contract. He is a below average baseball player who got signed for $4 million. The Astros were fined $5 million. Wow, they can't sign a player like Alex Gordon now. Darn, that's really going to hurt them. Do you know how much these owners are worth? They're worth billions of dollars.
Yeah, it's $1 billion.
If they want to, they can just spend whatever money they want.
$5 million is
What is
literally
five-
nothing for
what
a
is $5
World
million?
Series championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The extra 45 million, that's ridiculous. Sorry.
So basically, what Sean's trying to say is, any team can cut an Alex Gordon and get rid of their contract to win a World
Exactly.
Series.
Mm-hmm.
If you're thinking about it money wise.
Let me say it to you this way. If you went up to any other of the 29 Major League Baseball teams and said, you can win a World Series, all it will cost is $5 million, fire your head coach, fire your general manager, and you lose 2 draft picks for the next few years.
All 30 teams would
Damn.
say yes, 10 out of 10.
Would you do it?
Sorry,
Yes.
that's a cuss word. Yes. Yeah,
There are
that's
teams
ridiculous.
out there. The Marlins, they haven't made the playoffs since early 2000s.
Yeah,
They have
since-
been trying so
Yelper
hard.
Barrows on the team.
They've been trying so hard to win a championship. If they got that
Trying so hard to
offer,
get to the playoffs.
it's they them and the Padres, they haven't made it in like 20 years.
I saw a guy with the Padres jersey.
And you gotta think about it this way: the Astros are stacked, man. Like their lineup is stacked, 1 through 9. Just
I'm excited to
guys
see how
rake.
good they really
So-
are.
those
So
guys.
they have a
rake.
good team. I'm
and
really
they're
confused.
cheating.
Okay.
They got a solid team and they're cheating.
So, let me give you.
Imagine having to face that. It's tough as a pitcher to face Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, George Springer, and all the other guys, and all their rookies like Yordan Alvarez and even Gurriel. Like,
Yeah.
having to face all of those guys, like consistent, like back to back to back, like, and for them to know like what you're throwing, like even if it's just one out of the 6 pitches that you're throwing, like still.
So let me
It's
give you
crazy.
the story of the Houston Astros, the anime arc of the Houston Astros. In 2011 to 2012 to 2013, 2011 to 2013, there are 162 baseball games played every year. In those 3 years, the Astros lost
trash.
over 106 games all 3
I was
seasons.
gonna say they probably.
They were the
50
worst
wins.
team in baseball.
Wow, okay.
With those bad
I
seasons,
see where this is going.
they drafted these guys, Altuve, Correa, these cornerstones of their team,
Bregman, Springer.
They
might have had Springer in the 2015 season.
They switched divisions. They were still bad. They got 70 wins in 2014. They got 86
Definitely
wins in
better.
They did pretty good in 2015.
2015. I think they made the playoffs.
Yeah, 2016.
2016, 84 wins. The year the cheating started.
like 100 and something. Wins.
They went from 84 wins to 101. Everyone loved them, Sommy. Andres, probably a little biased. He's a Dodger fan. He wanted his Dodgers to win that year.
But I still love Jose Altuve as a player.
This
I've seen. If you guys have seen the MLB Network, they have that Jose Altuve like documentary thing.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was really powerful.
Is he
Yeah.
from
I
South
like
America?
I like Jose Altuve.
Yeah, I believe so.
So when they won,
I think Puerto Rico.
He's from
No. Correa's
Venezuela.
from Puerto Rico. Yeah, Venezuela.
When they won in 2017, you know what I said to my grandpa? I was like, the Dodgers might have lost, but at least Jose Altuve got a ring.
Oh,
Like I said that.
Sommy,
like,
these guys were the biggest.
as one of the biggest Dodger fans. I said that.
These are the biggest underdogs in the
Yeah.
recent memory of MLB. They were
Jose
like
Altuve might be the biggest underdog to ever play in the MLB.
he's 5'6", I believe.
Wow.
He's like your height, Somi.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy.
okay.
5'6", won the
Look,
batting
yeah,
title.
that's the same guy.
I don't know how many times. So I don't know how many bases. Like, dude, he's
Yeah,
raw.
Looks are deceiving, right?
Mhm.
When I saw him, I was like, damn, that's the guy you're talking about?
That is him.
He's good. But so everyone, they were the biggest underdog, man, and they won the World Series. I was so happy. I was excited as a Giants fan. I was happy the Dodgers lost. I was rooting for the Astros to win. It was such a feel-good story. 2018 came. They started getting a little more arrogant. People were kind of starting to sour on them. 2019.
They're still a really good team, though.
2019. Oh, they had over 100 wins the last 3 seasons.
Wow.
These seasons they were cheating, and
Might
then they
be
were
Astros
very
fan.
arrogant this season. One of the guys, Bregman, he had a home run in the World Series against the Astros. He thought it'd be cool to like
When he
carry
bat
his
flip,
bat. He was
when he tried to bat flip at first base or something.
he tried to carry his
And
bat
give it-
all the
give
way
it to his
first.
coach.
He tried to give it to his coach. His coach like slapped it away. Like, I don't want that. And his
Like, what the
teammates
heck
were
is
like
wrong with you?
cringing in the dugout. They're like, eh. So then the Nationals hitter Juan Soto hit a home run. He brought it all the way to the first base coach. His first base coach was cool. He's like, yeah, give me the bat. And then he like flipped it in front of him, and it was way cooler. So-
cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
So-
That was cool.
Oh, dude, this offseason would be so much crazier if the Astros would have won. Oh my goodness. That'd have been bad.
That would have been the most controversial thing in baseball ever.
It would have been bad. So
I mean, not for the Astros. They would have just got another $5 million fine, lost their another
Yeah.
2 draft picks, and another general
so
manager.
March 30th, their first away game will be in Oakland. Are we going? $15 tickets.
I might be
Yeah.
home for spring. I think that's spring break, and I might.
That
be
is-
home.
that's the first week of spring break.
Yeah, I think I might be home.
All right, I'll FaceTime you.
Yes, I'll boo. I hate Alex Bregman, so I'll boo Alex Bregman. I don't hate Alex
Hey,
Bregman.
spring break's in April?
March.
March, what the?
March 30th is the first official day.
Well, it's technically in both.
Yeah. So, while we're on the topic of sports, last night's All-Star game. Basketball. So, if you don't know, after the show, we will be recording a basketball-centered podcast with Ball Don't Lie, Chase McGraw. Great basketball podcast. He is a great host, and we are excited to do a collab with him. We will be talking more in depth about the All-Star game, the second half of the season, and a lot. So we're really excited for that. It will be on our YouTube channel along with this video. So if you want some more basketball content, then please go check that out. It'll be up tonight or tomorrow. But
Nice.
All-Star game, they got a new format. Pretty much they said, in honor of Kobe Bryant, whatever the score is at the end of the third quarter, let's say the score is 100.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth quarter, to win the game, you have to score 24 more points for Kobe's 24 jersey number. You have to score 24 more points to win the game. So if the final score of the leading team at the end of the third quarter was 100, you have to score 120 to win. Usually
124.
basketball. Yes, 124. My bad. Usually basketball.
I know it's math. It's hard.
Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
say it
Yeah.
again. If
Pretty much, you have to score 24 points in the fourth quarter to win.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
first person. Well,
First team.
they take the highest score, and then that score you have to add 24.
That's true. That's true.
So, like, if one team is winning, like, if the score is 100 to 90, like, the team that has 90 points doesn't need to
90.
get 24 more points.
They
They
need
need to get
34.
yes, they need to get 34. So they take the highest number and they add 24 to that one, and then that's like the
So
target
pretty
win.
much, usually basketball, you just get the lead and the clock runs out, you win.
Yeah.
This is more, anyone has a chance if you keep missing, and that's what happened.
This one's more like holy
This-
crap! Like all we have to do is get to this number.
This fourth quarter was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis was blocking LeBron. It's like a goaltend. Everyone was going nuts. There were so many foul calls.
Oh,
Kyle
yeah.
Lowry was like getting charges, and then he was like hitting bricks, and the game ended on an Anthony Davis free throw. First ever walk-off in like basketball. Walk-off free throw
That's
to win
the
the
most
game.
anticlimactic
I
ending
know.
I've ever seen. But I mean,
Oh,
they need a rule for that. It was their first year testing this thing out. I kind of liked it.
everyone,
I liked it.
everyone online from what I saw
Made it really competitive.
loved it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
loved it
Because
it was
like before all
it's
the
never
All-Star games,
competitive.
all the All-Star games
was
was like,
so
all right,
fun
let's
to
see,
watch.
let's see the craziest dunks that we can do.
Let's see Kevin Durant and
let's
Russell
see
Westbrook
Steph Curry
together.
pull up from like 50 feet.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty much it.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't want to see. Honestly, what I actually saw was some I just exactly what I wanted to see. People driving in, Kawhi doing his
Playing
thing.
defense.
Come on,
It's a little controversial because obviously guys still don't want to get hurt during the All-Star game for their.
Oh, dude, but they
But they loved it.
guys don't want to get hurt.
Giannis
Last
was
night,
not slowing down.
I think they were giving their.
It was kind of like
Yeah.
when I saw it, it was kind of like pick up basketball,
I believe they were giving their 100%.
like an
in that
organized
fourth quarter.
game of pick up basketball.
Oh,
It was
crazy.
tight.
they do that often. LeBron and Harden be going to the gym on Instagram.
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
lot,
you know,
so they
Andres,
keep
I saw a
following
Rico
tweet.
them.
Hines,
I
baby.
saw a tweet about that. Someone said, "So this is what it would look like if a bunch of NBA players played a game of pickup."
Oh, tell him
Which
to
is
look
what
up
the
Rico
All-Star
Hines.
game should be.
Tell him look up Rico Hines basketball on YouTube. You guys should honestly watch it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny. It's just a bunch of NBA players playing at UCLA's.
That's fun.
Yeah,
UCLA's gym.
I always like that. It's pretty cool.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Shout out to Taylor. Me and Tyria love that shit. Sorry, love that. Love those videos.
So, we got our Pixar contest.
Oh yeah, we still got that going on.
So
We're getting into the geek
it's
stuff.
gonna be a few weeks. So we have a lot of matchups, and they are in my archives because the voting is done. So we will be voting. So if you missed it last week, the teams who moved on to the next round were Cars, A Bug's Life, Cars 2, Monsters Inc., and that was that. So we voted on the next round. Remember, these are seeded and in order of how much money they made in the box office. So the first seed is The Incredibles. The last seed was The Good Dinosaur, who unfortunately left us. They had a really hard time against Cars 2. Wow. I know Andres and Sommy both wanted Good Dinosaur to move on, so I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. Cars 2 still a phenomenal movie.
So
It's pretty good.
the first matchup
Yeah,
was
phenomenal.
Incredibles 2 versus Cars 1. I'll have you start, Sommy.
One.
Cars 1?
Yes.
Why?
Character development. You didn't have to. You just get to find everything new again. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first watched it, I'm like, oh, I'm just finding out who Lightning McQueen is. I feel like in part 2 it was just so different.
Yeah.
When I watched part 2, I was like, what the like? It's like Fast and the Furious. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point, Cars just started making movie after movie after movie, and it just felt repetitive and just directed to the left and started doing missions and firing missiles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you thought it was better than Incredibles 2, correct?
Yes, sir. Sorry, Incredibles 2.
Yeah. Cars 1 versus Incredibles 2.
Oh my. I thought you said. Oh, I thought you said Cars 1, Cars 2.
All good. I kind of thought so. That's why I was trying to give you one. I was trying to get your final answer.
No, I
in.
actually love Incredibles 2. Yeah,
He was around this whole talk
it was
about cars. He said, no, it's Incredibles 2.
Yeah, it's Incredibles 2. No, I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Andres?
I went with Cars. Mostly because of, like, the whole controversy with Incredibles 2. The fact that I had to wait we waited 10 years for it to come out. And at that point...
Is that really a controversy?
Yeah, because at that point it's like, okay, like...
A lot of movies.
So like, why do you make me wait 10 years for, like, Incredibles 2? Like, really? Like,
I got roasted in the Instagram chat last week for saying that we grew up with Toy Story and that's why it should have won. When Paige pointed out to me that
Toy Story came out the year we were born.
Toy Story 2 and 3 had a 10-year gap, and 3 and 4 had a 10-year gap.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was saying.
But
yeah.
I feel like what you're saying, Andres, is the anticipation for Incredibles 2 was way bigger than Toy Story 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see.
And then once, like, for me, like, once they announced Incredibles 2, I was like, okay, like, yeah, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not the same.
That's cool. Yeah. It's not, yeah. But, I mean, I don't really like Incredibles 2. Like, it was cool. It was funny. It had, like, but it wasn't, like, Incredibles Part 1. You had, like, Incredibles Part 2. Like, the best part about it was Jack and his, like, him finding out all of his powers. But, you know, they came out. The supervillain was, like, kind of. I saw the movie, and as soon as they, like, announced, like, who the supervillain was, I already knew it was going to be, like,
I was just about to say, it was so predictable. It was really predictable.
I already knew. I mean,
I was surprised that the brother wasn't also bad.
Yeah.
But, I knew that
But
girl.
because it had, like, they had to do, like, that, like, typical, like, oh, like, you thought it was this person? Like, no. Boom.
The movie that did that the best is Frozen.
Frozen?
Frozen.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You think
dude,
Hans? You think Hans is actually...
dude.
That twist villain? Dude,
that was so good. I was like,
I've never seen Frozen, so what happened?
Pretty much, they set you up to think the sister of Elsa, Anna, she's going to marry this guy, Hans. Mm-hmm. And, like, they have, like, a whole, like, popular song together, and, like, you really think that they're going to get married.
They love each other and this and that.
And there's really, like, little to no hints that he's going to be the
like,
villain.
At all. There's zero hints at all. So, like, she, like, needs a true love's kiss, and she's, like, frozen, so they bring her back to the guy, and he's, like, he's gonna kiss her, and, like, at the last minute, the last second, he's like, if only somebody loved you. Like, the whole time, he, like, just wanted her to be king.
Yeah.
Because he knew they were gonna try to kill Elsa, Anna would be queen, and someone had to be a king.
Yeah.
So he wanted to be it because he was like the 7th or 8th brother in line to be the king.
What I liked is usually when they do twist villains, it doesn't make sense. That made sense.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't give too many hints, I thought it was cool.
The Incredibles too. The villain, the girl, whatever the sister was.
From the second you saw her.
Sense. Yeah, but from the second
it made sense. But the second you saw her, it's like whatever.
It's her.
So
It was scary though. It was honestly a scary movie. Like when she's in the that kind of just scared me out. Right now. That kind of freaked me out right now. Yeah. I'll go ahead and keep talking about it. But when they're in the room and they got all the cameras and the eyes and...
Hello, Sport Geeks.
Hi. I was wondering why the really handsome guy who's usually on the show isn't there this week.
Huh. Well, I actually heard a rumor that he left the show to pursue his life a little better.
He went to pursue his true love, his dentist.
What are you guys talking about?
His teeth are falling off.
We are talking about... Hey guys, our host Taylor's on the show. All 4 Sport Geeks are here.
Kind of.
Full Sean.
Yeah. So, we are talking about our Pixar bracket, and it's glad you're here because I'm saying Cars, Andres is saying Cars, Sommy says Incredibles 2. Which movie do you think is better, Taylor?
Cars.
Cars. Why do you
Facts.
say that?
Because it's just better. Incredible 2 is kind of scary.
Right? Dude, it's so scary when she's in, like, the apartment and, like, they're fighting, and then, like, when Elastigirl's, like, in the room alone with the villain who goes
That's
to the villain, like, she ends up, like, finding
I
out,
don't know
like,
if it's peer pressure.
she was like, oh, they're getting camera feed from the thing, and she turns around and then boom, she's just like,
Why did somebody say Incredible 2?
I don't know.
He said he just likes it a lot.
I just
Somebody
like it a lot,
picked it-
but I
somebody
also like
picked-
Cars.
Somebody picked Cars
It's lame,
first
though.
because he thought we said Cars 2 versus Cars 1.
See, I wasn't wrong about that.
Well,
one.
That's facts, but yes.
Instagram agrees with us and says Cars beats Incredibles 69% to 31. Our next one
Fair.
is one I have a problem with.
Better be
Monsters
fine,
University versus Up. What do you say, Taylor?
Up.
Why?
It's a tearjerker, man. It makes me sad.
Dude,
I identify with that old man.
Every time I hear that little
Monsters University isn't realistic
Oh, I
because
love
in real
it.
life, if it was real, then Sully would have dropped out and probably become like an insurance agent or something,
Facts. That's straight facts.
or coach basketball at CSUMB. Both equally as pointless.
So all you guys say up.
Coach
Yeah.
Isaac is
Yes.
basically Mike Wazowski.
Can I defend Monsters U for a sec? Because that's my pick.
Yes.
I think up. First 15 minutes are probably the best 15 minutes in Pixar.
Facts.
Ooh,
After
okay,
that?
yeah.
Kind of goes to
think,
crap.
I think it's boring. I think it's boring.
Oh,
It is.
I like
They're
it.
on an island with
But it's
talking
meant to
dogs.
be.
If the movie Up didn't have Russell like in the movie, it wouldn't be that good.
Like it's like Wally. You know,
But
Wally had
Russell
no
saved that
context, but if you don't get the
I know,
environment
man.
Wally is in, you wouldn't
Yeah.
understand it. You
What's
know?
the next one?
So I think it's the same.
Hold on,
thing.
I gotta give my take on
He's
that.
got to put his take on Monsters
Monsters-
University.
I keep forgetting that. Oh wait, can you guys talk? Taylor, can you hear them better? Oh, I'm not doing
No,
that.
I
Okay.
can't hear any of those two bozos.
All right.
I hate you.
What I'm gonna say
Really?
about Monsters
Okay.
U is, I think the story that they're trying to give to the viewers is phenomenal. That even if you want to do something really bad, sometimes you just can't do it because, as much as I hate to say it, there's some people who have these unrealistic goals for themselves, and they're just gonna end up being hurt in the end. Like Mike Wazowski wants to be a scarer, but he's not scary. And sometimes movies try to say, oh, with hard work and determination, like you can do
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you want.
I actually I agree with you. Like
He
that.
can't. He can't be a scarer. And you know what? He finds out something he's good at. He's good at doing the scouting report. He's good at finding out ways how to scare the kids. They find out him and Sully are a good team together.
Yeah.
So
And I like that all of
pretty
that.
much the story is everyone's good at something, but not everyone is good at what they want to be good at. And I really like that story.
Yeah.
And I like the movie,
Broke a lot of stereotypes.
It's realistic. I
but
like that.
it got crushed on Instagram as well. So up,
Up, man.
up
Like,
will be
come
moving to the
on.
next round. And you know what? As much as I love Monsters U, I
Come
can't
on.
be
Sean,
too
you
mad.
made you made a good point though.
Dude, I'm thinking of the Pixar.
Up makes me cry
I'm thinking
every
of
time
the
I watch
Pixar
it.
Up song, and I'm like, legit. I have goosebumps right now, and
Yeah.
I'm like almost tearing up.
Monsters U is also unrealistic because the Rosen fraternity before they would have probably gotten Title IX.
Oh, that's true.
Fact.
Title 10 training.
That's
Fact.
true. All right, next one is Finding Dory and a Bug's Life.
Don't hate on Uzma Kappa.
Oh, Finding Dory.
Taylor
said A
says
Bug's
Dory. Andres says Bug's Life. Somi.
I also
Honestly-
said Finding Dory.
Only because I mean, Finding Nemo's so good, and to have like a follow-up movie about
I
it,
was so invested.
like with Finding Dory, I like it was based on the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Though. That was kind of cool.
That's dope.
Moral Bay, you know?
I think the outside is based on
Morro Bay, and then the actual inside is Monterey
based on
Bay,
Monterey
yeah.
Bay Aquarium.
Yeah,
I
I thought
heard-
that was kind of cool, but
I'd
I mean,
say-
I don't even understand what the whole basis of that movie was.
I had
for
to say
finding
Dory
parents
as
or
well,
something.
but this was our closest matchup on Instagram. It had a... I can't find it. It had 58% to 42, but Dory came out on top. All right.
Thank you to all my Bugs Life fans out there who appreciate the true meaning of Pixar.
It's that's Andres and his
Dude, A Bug's Life was the first Pixar movie they ever made, and it had really good character development,
Wait, guys, do I
really good
sound like
plot.
distorted to you on the headset?
Yeah, you sound like you got some 808
Hello?
auto
Hello?
tune on.
Yeah, but only because I could hear you through the phone
And, like-
and through the mic.
Yeah, well, that's
You're
probably
about
how
to
it is
like
on the
some
audio as
Fruit
well.
Yeah,
All right, Taylor, I might have to hang up on you soon.
Okay.
it's
so
fine.
let me get your opinion on these last few. Just before we get you off, in case there's any ties. All right, give me your answer and a brief reason why. Toy Story 4 versus Wall-E.
Wall-E.
Thank you.
Coco or The Incredibles.
Incredibles.
Thank you.
Toy Story 3 or Monsters Inc.
Oh my god.
Monsters Inc.
Thank you.
And finally, Inside Out versus Ratatouille.
Ratatouille all day.
All right, thank you, Taylor. We'll see you on the show next week. You have a good time, buddy.
Missed you, bud.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, see ya.
Always fun, even
Facts.
when he's not here talking to Taylor. And I am sorry for you guys listening on the audio on YouTube for how bad my mic might have sounded.
Hey, comment where we should eat after this.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a really good suggestion. Son.
Apparently, Andres is buying me food after this.
Yeah, me
Amen.
too.
Sorry, Mom. I'm spending all the money you gave me.
Love it.
I just tell my mom how to work Instagram.
Yeah, it's fun. So, next up, we have Finding Nemo versus Cars 2. Taylor said Nemo. Andres, Nemo. Somi,
Finding Nemo.
Sean, Finding Nemo.
Dude, that one must have been a blowout.
84% to 16%.
Wow.
We had 32 people voted. Thank you guys for voting.
Love you guys.
Only 5 votes for Cars 2. Don't really.
Do I know any of them?
We have. Sorry to expose you, but this is the Sport Geeks. Jordan Hahn, FaZe Joker, Eddie J, Rebecca Granlund, and Horace.
Horacio, really? Cars 2 over Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Well,
up,
I mean,
You look
keep going, keep
disappointed
going.
in your
well,
friend.
I mean, my whole childhood was growing up without a dad. So to see a movie about a dad who loves his kid that much, that
was good. Even without that aspect, still a great movie. But even there you go.
God,
I feel like
man.
you can find more emotional.
Pixar, man, just tying into all the kids grew up without a dad.
You can find more emotional footing for relations to your own
Adults
life
make
in
movies,
Nemo than Cars 2, I believe. So, yeah. So, next up, Toy Story 4 versus Wall-E.
I like Toy Story 4.
Yes.
It made me cry.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I like Forky's
Ending was
character.
really
Oh, I
sad,
haven't
but
seen
really good. I had
It
a,
had like pretty good plot. The movie felt a little quick though. Like it didn't really get into like too
Yeah.
much depth.
I feel like the end just came like that fast.
Yeah, like it's like oh my, like you're seeing this.
And I think
the,
part of-
the doll, whatever her name was,
Yeah.
like oh she's good now, and
And-
then all of a sudden
Oh.
Woody is like
He's leaving.
he has a decision. Does he want to leave or does he want to
Dude,
stay?
I think part of me thinking it went by so fast is me needing more time to before that decision. That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
that was emotional, man.
I also kind of wanted more screen time with
Yeah,
Forky. He's
so-
that's a funny character.
Yeah, tell me about Forky. Like, what was his role?
So
and
his
what did
role
Woody
is
do?
so at the end of Toy Story 3, Andy gives his toys away to Bonnie, who was a child at the preschool they were stuck at because Andy's going to college. She plays with them. She's kind of not playing with Woody as much. She's starting preschool or kindergarten, one of the two, and they're doing arts and crafts, and she makes a craft of just a little fork with like gum at the bottom and like
It was clay.
popsicle sticks and googly eyes and like pipe cleaner's arms, and he comes to life because that's just how Toy Story works.
Yeah.
So he comes to life, and he like doesn't really understand being a toy because he's like just born, and like
He's trash. I'm
Woody's trying to get like him to like be a good friend for Bonnie, and like he's like jumping out of the car.
Yeah,
like-
because Bonnie has like this weird obsession with him. Like
yeah. So he's like jumping out of the car and stuff, and like trying to get away from them because like he doesn't understand. Like he's like, I belong in the trash. Like I'm a piece of trash.
he literally just wants to be trash. He doesn't want to be alive.
Yeah. So
Wow,
he
that
keeps
was-
jumping.
that's
in-
kinda deep.
Yeah,
That's kinda deep.
Like, that's exactly what I was looking for. You know, that's exactly what I was looking for. Because
yeah.
I don't know. I just I really gravitate towards movie that have impacts like that. You know. What I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then the whole
But
plot,
anyway, the other one was Wall-E too. Compared to
Yeah.
Toy Story?
Yeah.
the whole plot of Toy Story was like privilege, you know, where Woody's like, I wish a child would play with me. I wish I had a
Yeah.
purpose, and Forky's like, he has this and he doesn't understand it. So I actually
Hey.
really like that too.
So
But I give it to Wally.
to give it to Wall, I love how we just went on this big. I think we're all gonna pick Wally, but we all just talked for so long about
Yeah,
Toy Story.
you gotta
4.
give it. I gotta give it to Wally, man. It's
Wally's such a
film.
good.
film.
So
When I
many-
first watched it in the movies, I was kind of like, okay, I don't really understand what's happening, but
when
I
first
like
saw
it.
it as a kid, yeah, I was like, oh, they didn't really talk for the first like hour. I
Yeah.
thought it was cool though.
Yeah, and then I saw it as an adult, and I was like, wow, this has so much meaning to it, and it's kind of funny
Wait, why did you say my name, Sean?
because we love you.
Because you're awesome. So, got some bad news about Ball Don't Lie. He is stuck in traffic. Probably won't make it home till 10 or 10:15. So, what I think we will do is,
Eat and then link up with them on the podcast.
Yeah, what time is it? right now?
or we invite him on the show next week
Yeah,
because
that could work.
your boys got work at 6:45 in the morning.
Wait,
Dude.
so we're not doing it today? Oh,
I don't
sorry.
think so. I think we will invite him on the show next week. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
We have a
that'd
big
be
NBA
really
show next week. Start of the second half. That'd be a good time.
Yeah.
I'll let him know. So everyone says Wally. Is that correct?
Facts.
fun. Wally.
Alrighty. Wally will
Wally.
move on.
That's what Wally. Wally was named after the rapper.
Wally won 69 to 31%. We got 3 more, and then we'll have like 10 minutes to talk about Disneyland. That'll be fun. So we got Coco or The Incredibles 1.
I refuse to see Coco, so I chose Incredibles.
I've
Why?
never
But I mean,
seen-
Incredibles
I've never
is.
seen Coco.
But I mean, Incredibles.
Why do you
is
refuse to see
actually
Coco?
You might
Because
cry.
it's like
Might cry.
the same movie they always do for the Hispanic culture, where it's like about dying and Dia de los Muertos,
What was the movie before that?
The Book of Life,
Yeah.
where they have Ice Cube as the wax guy. You remember? And then they had like this like devil and like this flower girl thing, and like it's about Manlovio or Manolo.
Well,
It's just always about that, or in music, or mariachi. Like
I may
that
be
always has to play a role in it.
I
Like,
may be an uncultured white guy, but I picked Coco over The Incredibles. I want you to see it, so I'm not going to spoil it.
you can spoil it.
No, I'm not going to spoil it.
I understand the basis of the movie. Without
Okay.
having watched it.
Well, I thought it was a really good movie.
I'm pretty sure he's like he wants to play guitar, but his family's saying no, you can't do that. You have to do something else.
He looks up to this one guy who played guitar, who was like I think he was like a part of their family or something. I don't know. They don't like him because he like left like one of his relatives. I could totally be butchering this. It's been a while, but pretty much there's like a famous guy from the city. They might be related. I forgot if they were or not. Who played music, and he really looks up to him, and like he visits his grave, and somehow or another he goes to like the
Muertos, the land of the Muertos.
yes. He goes. He like. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm
And
gonna
he has
butcher
to
this.
discover his love for music and something.
No.
and come back to
He
life
always
or
has his love for
something like
music.
that.
They tell him not to love it. He meets some other guy in there who like he's like trying to sneak into the other side. Cause like I'm not gonna stop. It's a good movie. It's been like 2 years. I'm not gonna butcher this.
Okay, no, yeah, and then
Okay, but can you just what was the other movie? Incredibles.
Incredibles one.
Can you describe the Incredibles, the whole plot?
Can I describe the Incredibles whole plot? It's been a while for that one too. But the Incredibles family, they have superpowers except for the baby till the end. Kid who looked up to Mr. Incredible syndrome. He kind of felt shafted by Mr. Incredible, so he made it his goal to be his arch villain.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kidnaps his family. Right?
No.
No. They kidnap Mr. Incredible, and the family goes to save him.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they wreak havoc on the city, and then they stop it. They save the day.
You can kind of just explain the whole movie of Incredibles, right? Can you
Yeah.
kind of explain the whole movie of Coco?
It's just me being stupid, though. But that's a good point you're making. So you say Incredibles, Somi?
Incredibles.
And Instagram said 32% to 68, The Incredibles.
Take it. I mean, that's fact.
That's the highest ratio. Right
But you know,
there.
all these people that say they like Coco, it's. I mean, I understand it might be a good movie, but it's all the same. Incredibles is kind of different, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, superheroes, and oh, never mind, we don't like you
Yeah,
guys no more.
yeah,
Now they
yeah.
gotta. Now the superheroes have to be like the good guys? Like, what?
I mean, the voting doesn't necessarily mean like one is better than the other. Like we definitely have to choose
Oh, yeah.
between the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I picked A Good Dinosaur over. What did I pick
Cars
it over?
2.
Yeah, and I think Cars 2 is a way better movie. But I picked A Good Dinosaur just because I really liked it more. So, yeah. What somebody's trying to say
What
is
did you just say?
the poll doesn't necessarily mean that one's better. It just means more people enjoyed it.
Did you just...
Yes, I said I picked A Good Dinosaur because of that one scene over Cars 2. Even though
Oh, okay,
Cars
okay,
2,
okay.
even though Cars 2 is a better movie in my opinion.
I got you. Okay, that makes sense. Toy Story 3 or Monsters, Inc.?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
For me.
Monster Inc. Again with the soundtrack, you know.
Yeah. I feel like Monsters, Inc. is such a classic. Toy Story 3 is good, but...
It's really good. I like a lot of people say that's their favorite
Yeah, it's a good one.
Not even-
because
The
like
ending's
because of
emotional.
the ending, yeah.
The ending of it is like the beginning of Up, not on the same level, but
Yeah.
it's emotional, sad. Andy's giving away his toys.
Mm-hmm. It didn't really have
They
that
almost
Toy Story
die.
vibe though. It didn't really have like that Toy Story. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of dark. Like it was
Yeah,
kind of
That
like
was dark.
You know, I saw a funny video. Some guy was showing his family, like his like wife and kids, Toy Story 3 for the first time, and he edited it. He like went in and edited his own version of it. All he did was, right when they're about to go into like the pile of flames, like at the trash place, and they're all close their eyes and hold their hands, right before the crane comes down to save him,
claw.
he fades it to black and the credits start rolling.
Oh,
His family thought that's how
that's
the
so
movie ended.
evil.
Oh, it's horrible.
That's so evil.
Yeah.
What did they do?
I'll look it up
man.
while we talk.
What did
but-
they do?
Oh, that is evil.
Oh, it's disgusting.
That's
But-
so funny, dude.
dude, this is like, oh, I can't
What
believe
do you
you
mean?
did that.
That's disgusting.
But yeah,
It reminds me of that one vine. Oh, I can't believe you've done that. Like I just get smacked in the
punch in the
face.
face?
Yeah,
That's
dude,
so
that's so
hilarious.
evil. That's kind of funny though.
yeah. So it's kind of crazy, yeah. But Monsters Inc. moves on, correct?
Yeah, I voted Monsters Inc.
Toy
I'm
Story
pretty sure it
3.
won.
Toy Story
wanna show
3
you
got
guys-
23%. Monsters Inc. 77.
I'll
Final
show you
one.
guys something.
Inside
Little
Out
icebreaker.
and Ratatouille.
Oh, we don't even have to just like talk about this one. It's obviously Ratatouille.
I
think
was-
Ratatouille might be the best Pixar film there is.
I was looking
Yeah,
at the
me too.
polls when
Yeah,
like
I think
15,
so.
when 15 people voted. I was looking. Every single option had one option or the other, except Ratatouille was winning 15-0.
good.
Right
I think
now,
right now, but probably
it
two
ended-
people voted with.
26-9 actually. 9 people
Wow.
voted for Inside Out.
20. Wait, you said it again?
And on Sports
Wow.
Geeks, we expose people. So, Catherine Fierner, Chris DiMaggio, Ross Rowland.
Is that Ross?
Yeah, this page who is very inappropriate. Another one voted for Inside. I think these pages, I'm not going to get in too much detail, but
Easy?
I think they were just searching for the tag Inside Out,
Jesus.
and they just came and voted on our poll.
Yum.
Yikes. Chiquita Pletch and Melissa, Mondays with Melissa, Wednesdays with Mish, and Ed Johns voted for it. So, Ratatouille moves on. It's my favorite Pixar
Not
movie.
Ratatouille.
What?
That's ACRB.
I'm on the computer looking for that Toy Story.
But yeah,
Kyle from
Ratatouille, great movie.
I
They
mean,
should definitely make a sequel.
I saw Inside Out and it was pretty good,
good
but I
movie.
mean, come on,
It's
come
cool.
on, you can't be Ratatouille
No.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Dude.
when the world is telling you you can't do this and you overcome it and you're like, I'm literally so good at it. Let me do it.
Yeah, like
Which is the
just like Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
What?
kind of the opposite story of Monsters U, where like you try to be good at something and you're not, and
But
you get
you
all these
find out,
chances.
like, yeah.
You get all these chances to prove yourself and you can't. Meanwhile, you're actually good at something and nobody's giving you the chance to prove it. So
Kanye was the best dressed at the NBA All-Star game.
Please stop. We're on the topic of the NBA. I just saw Derek House Jr. highlights for his
All right,
win.
here is-
There's no way he should have beat Aaron Gordon.
Here is
There's
Toy Story.
no way. Aaron Gordon dunked over Taco Fall, who's 7'6".
oh yeah,
That's
bad.
insane. That is insane.
bro, why does this iMac hate me? I'm just trying to watch a funny clip.
Won't you press cancel on that little thing? And
It won't let me, bro.
And you know what's funny too? They didn't even plan that.
Really,
Aaron Gordon was just like, "Hey Taco, you want to stand there with a ball?"
That was
And
a
he was like,
tiebreaker.
"Yeah."
bro? Do you guys see this like tweaking out or me? Is it just me?
Just press OK.
It won't let me. I don't know what the keychain password is. It's not my otter password, that's for sure. This is trash. All right, here we go. All right, so he edited it.
What the heck am I hearing right now?
I don't know, bro. Hold on.
I don't hear any audio.
Let's see if
I'll go back a little bit. Go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Back. A little more.
Hold on. I'm so sorry to you guys listening to this. I am trying to get the volume up. It's up all the way. All right, pretty much. I'll show you the clip, which is horrible for you audio listeners, but
We can just put it on the YouTube.
yeah. Look at so here it is. Here it is.
So me, Sommy, and Sean.
This is
go
the
watch
ending.
it.
This is the guy's prank ending of Toy Story. How bad is that? Is that crazy?
It literally the screen literally goes black and it just goes to most of credits. Oh, that's hysterical.
That's bad, yeah. But
Imagine watching the whole movie and you just see that.
and you're just
That's-
like, wait,
that sucks.
what? So yeah, that's with the assumption that he showed his family Toy Story 1 and 2, and they're like super invested in the characters. Like, oh, let's watch the third one. And he's like, all right,
He's like, I got you.
I got you.
I like how he edited his own version of Toy Story 3
just to
do that.
prank his family.
Oh man, I want to find that and show it to my kids one day.
Yes, let's do it. Let's show it to someone who just hasn't seen the movie someday.
Forbidden version.
Disgusting. All right, we have 5 minutes left. So I went to Disneyland. We'll talk about it a little. Sweethearts Night took Paige. It was an event where
Nice.
you buy a ticket. They don't let you in till 6 o'clock, but from 8 p.m. till 1 a.m., the park is closed off to only people who bought the event ticket.
They don't let you until 6 p.m.
No, but it's 7 hours you're in there. 6 to 1 a.m.
Oh, and it's more exclusive.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's good because
there were-
that way you don't have to wait for like.
there were
lines
no
and stuff.
kids. The longest line we waited in was 15 minutes. Everything else was Pirates of the Caribbean, you just walked on.
Oh yeah. What was the
Matterhorn.
longest one you waited for?
Longest one we waited for was Matterhorn, probably like 10 minutes. And we
Not
went
that
on like
bad.
every ride, probably.
Oh,
every
yeah.
ride except like Space Mountain. 'Cause
The
that wait was 30
reason
minutes.
that
That's where everyone
Disneyland
went.
takes so long to like kind of like do is because of the amount of people there.
Yeah, we went on the Millennium Falcon ride. Sadly, we got stuck as the mechanic of the
Ah,
Millennium Falcon.
That
The
sucks.
worst one.
What does
That
that,
is
mean?
literally-
What is that?
So pretty much there's a ride.
And
it's like
you
a
have
flight
like
simulator.
Yeah, there's like roles. You have-
For the Millennium Falcon. There's 6
Pilot.
people in the ride. There's 2 pilots, someone who goes up, someone who goes down, 2 gunners, left gunner, right gunner, and then
then
the
2
mechanic
mechanics.
who just clicks random flashing buttons when the pilots do their job wrong, and you like repair the ship. And if the mechanics don't click the buttons fast enough, the ride ends early. Like you like the ship's
like
health.
it kind of like you. It's like you die.
Yeah. So pretty much we just clean up for the pilots, and we have to pay attention to these buttons. They can't really look forward, and it kind of sucks.
You can't look at what's going on. You kind of just have to look at the buttons.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. Then Disneyland is like they had like people complaining about it, and Disneyland was like,
Nothing we can do.
I don't know. We have to fit a certain amount of people there. Sorry, you guys. Go on it again. Disneyland basically said, go on it again.
Yeah, I think you can.
And everybody's like,
I think
yeah,
you can.
I love
I think
waiting
once
an
you get to
hour.
the point where they give you your role, you can request what you want to do. Like, can I just wait a little longer and be the pilot? And I think they'll be accommodating, unless they're like, no. But
Yeah,
who
they
knows?
don't have to have all 6 people.
All right, we got 2 minutes. Kind of want to
They
be.
kind of do.
Kinda. I do want to be respectful to our next host. So, how about we sign off a little early here? Next week we'll have Chase McGraw, Ball Don't Lie podcast on.
Chase McGraw.
Chase McGraw, senior at Monterey High School. That'll
He's
be
in high
fun.
school?
He's in high school, brother's age, but he's mature for his age. It'll be a fun show.
Nice.
So these are the Sport Geeks. Sean, Andres, Somi signing off. We hope you guys join
Yep.
us next week.
Be safe out there.
Follow us on Instagram at Sport Geeks CSUMB.
Stay warm. Drink some tea.
Yes, and you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you, Sport Geeks.
About CCNB basketball.
Signing off.